And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sticking with me. Duke CT live here on the Duke CT Lounge. Thank you so much. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So let's get into the world of entertainment now, shall we? The world of entertainment. So we got some news here. Big news, everybody. Let's see. I thought people said James Gunn universe is dead or whatever. But no, looks like it's still here. Because right now, the DCU's continue to expand. The Jimmy Olsen series has been revealed. It's going to be called DC Crime, which I'm surprised it's a little bit too very lame. I think maybe if I was naming it, I would call it Jimmy Olsen's The Adventures of Jimmy Olsen, or just say the Jimmy Olsen's hidden crime files or something. Crime Files with Jimmy Olsen, and it's gonna be some different villains. Like the first villain is gonna be the Gorilla Grodd, and all this other stuff. Basically, having regular people instead of all the stuff like we have seen series with regular people before. Be it like Peacemaker, which I'm probably going to do that review eventually. I got a lot of stuff to say about that series, and yeah, it looks like they're going to be doing Gorilla Grodd and other stuff, really Live Wire or what is else? Live Wire, Toyman, stuff like that. Maybe a little bit of inner game. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it's going to be, um, Gorilla Grodd, who is the Flash's main villain. But yeah, here it is. It's going to be Gorilla Grodd, who we did see in Creature Commandos. So maybe this will finally wrap up that thing, or maybe start that whole thing. So, yeah. So who knows? It's going to be without, Corn Sweat and the person who played Lois Lane. It's not going to have a racial, Corn Sweat and Brozon as Clark Kent and Lois Lane, which I mean they did a really good job with both of those. I really enjoyed Superman stuff. Is one of the best things there. So I think less is more. You don't want to oversaturate with guest stars and such. The one thing that's good and bad with Peacemaker, they didn't do guest stars that much, but they concentrated on the people in the show. And hopefully, yeah, because and it's basically gonna be like American Vandal, which I haven't heard about. I might gotta start watching American Vandal and such. It's a parody of a true crime show, so um I gotta sit back and watch it. I heard it's actually really good. So I'm gonna probably gonna watch the thing, this weekend. See how it is. It got 16 episodes. Oh, and it's 26 to 42 minutes, so won't be too bad. So I might just get back because I heard some good things about it, and especially if it is that might fit the whole thing. I think it'll be very interesting to see. Very interesting to see how they're going to line up with it. And maybe this will be a way to get the Flash in there. Who knows? Then we got this, a Viva Vendetta series, which with all the stuff going on right now, it's the perfect time to drop this series. Let's be honest. It's a great time to do it. You have all these elites running the what's to the elites running around. It is making this dystopian type future, and I did enjoy the movie because even though I think the comic did a better job, I did like the fact in the comic they didn't show the face of the voice of London, and hopefully they do that as well. Because with AI and all this stuff, you don't need to show the people's face. When the true face of like the voice of London it was a shock that it was a human face. Maybe they'll try to do that more often. I know they're trying to do a parody of you know, Fox News, or whatever, which did hit. I think if you can do more of that and show how V for Vendetta is and everything else, it just I think knowing how things are right now, and with digital IDs, coming through, you got all this type of fashion stuff, and And that's just in the UK. I know you're talking about America. So yeah. Um, so yeah, it looks like it's gonna be developing of V for Vendetta stuff, which looks to be very interesting. So I think this could be if hopefully it's greenlit, because again it'll be right up there. I think if they do this right, this could be another feather in the cap of the series. And I don't know who, because Hugo Weaving did a pretty good job with the character. I don't know who you can play V for Vendetta, to play the titular V, the British side. I would say someone who could do it, who has this that type of like magnanimous personality. I don't know any good British folk who do that. Someone who has that type of, you can be serious, but yet have that type of flair for the dramatic and such. And also could be a very sick person. That's what it is. You need someone to be that character has to have a darkness and a messed up stuff right there. That's what V is because he's messed up, man. V is messed up. He is a messed up character. And you're gonna have to show all the sides of him. And if for the miniseries it's gonna be that way, you're gonna have to show all that stuff. I don't know who's gonna play him. If you want to know who you think you would put in this position, leave some of the thoughts in the comments section. Who will really play a good job. Just the bad, the good, and all the other stuff. I don't know who's gonna play Evie or anything else. That's gonna be something else. But then we got some other news for everyone else. If I can just get this one here. Here we are. James Gunn's Man Tomorrow is Brainiac. Yep. Back to the comics thing prior. It's going to be Brainiac and Man Tomorrow, which is a good team-up movie. The only really good Brainiac I saw was the Krypton show, which I saw a little bit. It was really interesting, but they really didn't. I think it was man, that was like a show. It was on Sci-Fi, and I'm like, man, they really messed things up. And they had like Doomsday there. It was like, what are you doing here, man? It was like all this other stuff, and it's talking about Superman's grandfather, that sort of stuff. So it was a very weird thing about Krypton and everything else. But I'm like, okay, hopefully they do it right. I want to do Brainiac justice. And there's so many other versions of Brainiac they can do. And I can't wait to see what type of stuff they can do with him. So it's like that's what it is. Saying Lex Luthor is going to be, and there it is, the brain right there. Could it, it could be. I think a Brainiac might be there, and then yeah, I mean he is, and I know he hasn't been in movies. He should be. I'm surprised Brainiac hasn't been. It's been a combination of Luthor, Zod, and Darkseid. Actually, they've never really had. Stop it, sir. They never really had Superman. It was like I said, Luthor, Zod, and a computer in the first one, the sequels, and then Nuclear Man. They couldn't really do anything else, and then Superman Returns. It was Luthor again. Then Man of Steel, Zod. Then Batman v Superman, Luthor. They haven't really pulled in from that. It's a decent look. I'm not saying all Batman's rogue gallery and such, or Spider-Man's, or the Flash, but Superman's a decent one. You got Brutal Mannheim as Intergang. You got Livewire. You have, Toyman. They could be easily threats as well. Who else? Oh gosh, there's not just Brainiac. There's other people that threaten Superman on a daily basis. Because there's Parasite and a Mongo. He has a decent rogues gallery, and the one thing I hope the Superman stuff is there, and I'm liking that Superman's getting a bit of a spotlight. other than Batman and more Batman. I want more Superman stuff, and I hope that they continue with Superman in this role, and I hope they continue to build up this the role for him, and they continually to say, "Hey, Superman is like with this Supergirl and everything else." I hope that they are going to do something with Brainiac and have a connect to it because I think that character has been forgotten about. I mean, not in the comics and the TV, everything else, but I think a character like Brainiac should be more pronounced. He should be more of a, I think the one thing I think that, I just think that Brainiac should be more, more well known and finally gets love, and Superman getting more love too. And then when we do get a world's finest film, it'd be like, hey, Superman has a decent following. And I truly think that I truly believe, maybe in my heart of hearts, ladies and gentlemen, I truly believe that Superman is going to. I think Supergirl is going to surprise people. I think um, you're gonna have her and gosh, gosh, I can't. I know it's the biker thing, and I keep messing it up. Oh gosh, let's see. Hmm, Lobo. There it is, Lobo, which will be something, and I can't wait to see. I'm surprised they haven't done a trailer yet, which I think they're going to have a Supergirl trailer probably in January. I think there's going to be a trailer in January. That's what I think it's going to be. Supergirl's going to have a. I think that's what's going to be. Supergirl will probably have a trailer in January to have that type of stuff. That's my personal thing. Could be wrong. I want to hear anyone else have to say. Link, comment and share and all that good stuff. But yeah, I think this is going to be very interesting. Like I said, the bottle set candle could be something. Um, that could be something really interesting to see what James Gunn is going to do with Brainiac. People saying that it's going to be Brainiac and could be a swerve. It could be, like I said, James Gunn likes to do these little wrestling stuff and swerves a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not Brainiac. It's going to be Mongol or something, or maybe it could be something else. I don't know, man. It could be very interesting to see. I can't wait to see it. But you know what else I can't wait to see? And surprising is this is going to be. Let's see if I can. Super Mario Galaxy, which the trailer has arrived. I'm surprised that they actually went this far. I'm surprised. I am surprised it went from Super Mario Brothers movie. I thought they were going to do something, keep it down in the grounded, if you will, if you will. Keep it grounded, keep it safe, keep it everything else. Keep it grounded, keep it in that position. I thought they were going to do some Mario Land, maybe introduce the Koopalings or something like that. They do kind of do that with Bowser Jr., and I'll talk about that later. I would try, like, maybe some Mario RPG, get Princess Daisy there, Sarasaland. Then, like, in the third or fourth movie, we go Galaxy. But here, they just like, let's just do it now, which they actually did. And it's just like, wow. So yeah, it's gonna be the trailer is gonna be, let's see, all this other stuff here. It's oh, this is the one pre stuff. Wrong one. Let's see if I can get not about this one. What we are gonna be. Let me see right here. There we are. Bowser's still small, by the way. He hates Mario and thinks Luigi's fine. Well, who doesn't like Luigi? So it's gonna be released in April 2000 next year. And this time, after they're like, "Hey, we saved the princess and everything else," and instead of and Bowser, but this time they're going to space, and then you got like Rosalia and Bowser Jr. looking like she's going to, and it looks like they're combining both Sunshine, Galaxy, and a little bit of Odyssey with some of the stuff there too, which is a very interesting mix. So we're pretty much skipping basically Super Mario Brothers like 3, 4 or whatever, but who knows what the sequel is gonna be after this point. I don't know. What would be the sequel of all of this? Because it seems to be a little bit of the weird stuff here. So I do like Rosalina looking to be really interesting. So that's gonna be fun. And it looks like it's gonna be Princess Peach taking on a lot of ninjas. And then we have Bowser Jr., some Mario Wonder and such. It's a mixture, I think, the Mario Wonder and the Sunshine. Then you got Brie Larson as, I believe, is going to be Rosalina, which looks to be something fun. Even though I don't like the fact that now, maybe just a bugaboo, and it's all and they did fine, but I don't like the fact that you have famous people doing voice acting. I wish there was more of a chance of voice actors to be getting more love. Voice actors should, get more love instead of having Hollywood actors coming in and doing the stuff. And that might be good job. I think maybe Brie Larson, and I know Brie Larson is like gonna have like all those anti people gonna have like 500 videos about it. But yeah, Brie Larson and then Benny Safdie. I don't know who he is. um, but yeah, I think they did fine. I wish, like I said, I wish voice actors um can actually have a shot in those big movies. And it goes right back to um, Robin Williams in back to Disney's Aladdin and such, and that was the beginning of the end. And you have all, and then when that happens, the voice acting pretty much was like, "Yep, we need a big star. We got to have big stars, big stars, big stars, big stars, all the stars," and it hurts the movie, and it doesn't. And more often than not, you know, they don't work. And you just sit there, you're just like, maybe this, like, you can show, Shrek or something like Mike Myers or something. Okay, fine. That's nice. There are good ones out there. And I would say even Chris Pratt does a decent job at Mario. But I think I really wish that, people who do voice acting, who actually care about the craft, who does like 10, 15 different TV shows or something, stuff like that, and video game voice, they get their shot at the main stardom and such. I mean, who do dub voices for anime, who does doing stuff like that, and they can get the opportunity not just for an anime movie on like streaming or DVD or all this other stuff, but actually be a main character in the main film, the big movies, big movie, and such like that. The actual theatrical stuff. That's what I really wish, and I wish that was more people get the opportunity, and I hopefully one day that will be the case. But right now, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So we get let's see, Bowser Jr. played with South. I wonder who. Like I said, let me just look who that person is. But yeah, it does seem to be like a little bit of fun. So I wonder what's going to be with Bowser Jr. and everything else. So, oh, he was an Uncut Gem. Yeah, let's see. He was in the Smashing Machine. He was also the sole director in the Smash. Wow. He directed. He's a director as well. So not just that, but let me just see the filmography. So he is in Uncut Gems. He was director of that. Pleasures Being Robbed and everything else. An actor. He was in. Oh, he's gonna be in the Odyssey. Oh, he was in Happy Gilmore too. He was in Oppenheimer. He was in the movie Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Licorice Pizza. Stars at Noon. And I think and Good Time. So he's one of those indie folks. Oh, he was in Obi-Wan Kenobi as television, like an Nari. So yeah. Hmm. So okay. He's a director and just doing his voice acting. So maybe his spot. So he's getting a little bit of money and shine. So okay. But yeah. Um, like I said, I hope it's good. It looks interesting. It looks like it mixed all these other characters in there. Like I said, I think the last movie was pretty good. Um, I watched it, the first time, in a while. It was really nice, and yeah, I just think that this movie was, I think the movie was good for what it was. And I think, let's see, I think that a sequel was. I hope that they do something with the sequel, and hopefully Bowser actually grows big again. And when he does grow big again, he might start off, with the stars and everything. Maybe he goes out to Star Road and we actually get some Mario RPG. I want Mallow and Gino. I don't know who wants to voice Mallow at this point. I don't know who I think should voice Mallow. This supposed toad who's not a toad, a tadpole or something. Maybe some Marlon Rainings or something. Since yeah, that's gonna be great. I don't know, but yeah, I just think that movie like that. I wish more young voice actors who can get opportunities like this. Because hey, Mario's gonna sell, and you could bring in someone new and interesting and have the voice that is just as good, and they can follow into that world into Mario. And I think, like I said, Chris Pratt and Charlie Day were really good as Mario and Luigi. No problem with that. But man, I just wish there was more chance for these actors and actresses in that position to be in those movies. I want them to be there, but that's just my personal opinion. I want to hear what you have to say. Like, comment, and subscribe. Anyway, that's it for me, Duke CT. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with me, Duke CT. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.